Big thanks to SetApp for sponsoring our channel this month. SetApp, an app for every job already on your Mac. Hey, it's Chris, and if you want to see some cool Apple products out in the wild, or if you just want some entertainment, or if you're actually designing your own Apple-based setup, then strap in, because this is gonna be a wildly inspiring episode of Insanely Inspiring Apple Setups. By the way, I'm gonna tell you, although you should already know, all the stuff that you're about to see is all gonna be linked up down in the description. Hey, you know, I realized something the other day. The best part about making videos is not getting paid to make videos, it's actually reading the comments. Like, I love reading the comments. My favorite part about being a YouTuber is reading your comments. So make sure to leave me some comments. Let me know what you like about this, what you like about the channel. Give me some feedback, just say what's up. Now here's the thing, and I feel totally comfortable saying this, but these 5 setups together definitely, absolutely make up the best episode of Insanely Inspiring yet. Also, if you want to be featured on the show, I absolutely want to see your awesome Apple setup, so make sure to submit it using the link down in the description. And if this is your first episode, you have to go back and binge watch the entire series, starting at episode 1, work your way up, because there's a lot of stuff that's so good that I don't want you to miss. Like, you have to see Carl's setup, you have to see Philippa's setup, and you have to see Ryan's setup. If you don't see those, you're seriously missing out. Today's video is sponsored by MacFly Pro, a totally free Mac maintenance application that easily removes system junk, finds and deletes duplicates, and uninstalls your unused apps, leaving no leftovers in the process. MacFly Pro also features a smart assistant that adjusts cleaning tips and routines according to your Mac's needs. If you want to keep your Mac clean and optimized, something that other apps have charged for, then give MacFly a try by clicking on the link down in the description. The first setup today looks so good. It comes to us all the way from Finland, and it belongs to Juhani, who's a lead concept artist at Ubisoft. See, every episode we run into these pronunciation issues. Sometimes it's IKEA, sometimes it's names, now it's a company. Ubisoft, I never know how to pronounce it. You guys let me know down in the comments what it is. Juhani does a lot of freelancing work for both film and print projects, and this setup is geared towards making that process as smooth as possible. The inspiration for this setup is clean Scandinavian design. I mean, Juhani is from Helsinki, after all. Juhani's app suggestion is Pinterest. Obviously, you've heard of it before, but if you haven't checked it out in a while, maybe this is a good reminder. Juhani uses Pinterest to gather references for his projects all the time and would, quote, be screwed without it. Juhani's favorite accessory is the 10-year-old Wacom Intuos 3 tablet, which he's had ever since the beginning of his career. I actually come from a design background. I'm really curious, for you other designers out there, do you prefer using something like a Wacom tablet or just something like an iPad with an Apple Pencil or stylus? Let me know. Juhani's Apple gear consists of a 2013 iMac, which still looks gorgeous, the original iPad Air, and the Apple TV 4K, which, aside from the Apple TV, all sits atop of a discontinued table from IKEA. Now that's an IKEA name that I can actually pronounce. Juhani says that he uses the Apple TV while practicing guitar because it's the only smart TV interface where he can stand to use the YouTube app without wanting to smash the controller. Which is kind of interesting because I kind of hate the current YouTube app on Apple TV. I mean, it's different for everybody. Everybody has preferences. Let me know though, do you like the Apple TV YouTube app? Now I've said it before, I'm a fan of the Magic Mouse, but Juhani definitely isn't. In fact, he hates it, actually, which is why he went with the Microsoft Designer Bluetooth mouse. Other accessories include the Ekster Parliament wallet, the Orient Ray 2 diver's watch, Moleskine notebook, and Steele and Borough backpack. And actually, I definitely recommend giving Juhani a follow on Instagram because I checked out the account and this is one super talented artist. I'll link it up. Oh, and don't think that I didn't see that Star Wars book sitting on Juhani's desk. You know what that means, right? Every time there's Star Wars in this show, out comes the Star Wars jokes, which leads me to the fact that I can't believe that Chewbacca got arrested recently. Yeah, I can't believe he was dumb enough to start WikiLeaks. I think the setups on this show are getting better and the Star Wars jokes are getting worse. Next up is another amazing setup that's very unique, and you already know I'm gonna like it because it's got that all-white look going on. This setup comes from Agnes from Taiwan. Now, Agnes does website maintenance as well as translation and also enjoys playing piano at church, and she notes that Jonathan Morrison was a source of inspiration for this setup, specifically his 12-inch MacBook setup video. Agnes's app suggestion is Pastebot. Pastebot, if you're unfamiliar, is like copying and pasting on steroids. You can queue up multiple clippings to paste in sequence, among many other cool features. Agnes's accessory suggestion is the Samsung Fast Charge wireless charging stand, which she likes because it lets her unlock her iPhone 10 with Face ID without having to pick up her phone. Agnes's Apple gear includes a 12-inch MacBook, an iPhone 10, a 2016 Apple Watch Sport, a Magic Mouse, the Airport Extreme time capsule, and some earpods. In the living room, there's also an Apple TV 4th generation. Accessories in this setup include an Acer USB-C monitor, the always beautiful Harman Kardon SoundSticks, an Asus ZenDrive, drive, a Panasonic LED lamp, a USB hub from MOOR, Beats Solo wireless headphones, and a few other things which I'll be sure to link up down below. And just in case you're wondering, that is a Yamaha P125 digital piano in the office as well. Our third setup today comes from Alex, who's a project manager from the USA, where he's a huge fan of neatly designed setups along with rustic furniture. So this setup was designed to combine the rustic with the modern. Alex's app suggestion is Cisco Webex, which I'm sure nobody's ever heard of, because of its ability to share documents along with the camera options. Alex's accessory suggestion is his 34-inch LG monitor. Alex's computer is a 2015 MacBook Pro, which is accompanied by Kanto speakers sitting on Audio Engine speaker stands. You can also see an Apple keyboard and mouse combo, Beats executive headphones, a USB-C hub from K-Tech, a Vojek aluminum MacBook stand, and a Vojek universal headphone stand. What you can't see is a Polk Audio subwoofer hiding out in the closet behind the setup just to add in some extra low end. Alex uses this setup for his work as a project manager, for web browsing, for movie watching, and for listening to music. That very cool desk is actually a rustic old console table made out of reclaimed wood from India. And finally, Alex is also using an iPhone 7 Plus as his daily mobile device. Our next setup today comes from Jason, who is the president of a franchising company here in America. Jason says he's always been an artsy person who loves the design integrity and build quality of all things Apple. And Jason's app suggestion today is Magnet, something we've covered here on the channel before, but it's a window manager for Mac. Actually, Jason cheated a little bit and suggested another app, the Affinity Suite, made up of Affinity Design and Affinity Photo, which he says rival their Adobe counterparts very well. Jason's favorite accessory is something you're all very familiar with, the 10.5-inch iPad Pro, which travels with him wherever he goes, along with the Apple Pencil and AirPods. Jason's other Apple gear includes a MacBook Pro, along with a Thunderbolt display, and the Apple Magic Keyboard and Mouse. Actually, it's kind of a funny story how he ended up with the MacBook Pro in the first place. Before that, he had the HP Spectre, but it had some audio issues, and HP actually, instead of replacing it, refunded him the money, which he then used to get a MacBook Pro, and he says he's been a fan of Apple stuff ever since. A couple other accessories in this setup include an in-case backpack and a Hydro Flask water bottle. The last setup that we're gonna check out for this episode comes from Jake, who's a 15-year-old high school student from England who has a real interest in 3D CAD design and architecture. A lot of Jake's setup inspiration comes from watching YouTubers like Eric from 30x40 and Bob from I Like to Make Stuff. Jake says that his 3D printer plays a big role in his design work because it allows him to design and manufacture his own products at a cheap price. Also, Jake says he gets some inspiration from this very series. So thanks for watching, man. I'm really glad that you enjoy it. Jake's app suggestion is Google Docs, and his accessory suggestion is the Magic Mouse. You know, it's funny. So many people say they hate the Magic Mouse, but it often ends up getting recommended on this show. And you guys already know I like it, so it'd be really interesting. Let me know down in the comments, do you like the Apple Magic Mouse? Do you hate the Apple Magic Mouse? And why? Apple gear shown here includes the iPad 2 from 2011, a wired Apple keyboard, and a 2013 27-inch iMac. Accessories include the ANET A8 3D printer, a Pop Vinyl BB-8, that's a Star Wars reference, but I'll spare you. A Strand Beast, which I believe was 3D printed, let me know if I'm wrong. Some merch from I Like to Make Stuff, and a swing arm architecture lamp. Did you guys notice that Raspberry Pi logo on the desk? It's a large teapot coaster, and it's one of the things that he 3D printed. Oh, and the software that Jake likes to mess around with is Fusion 360, Cura, Blender, and AutoCAD 2018. All right, that's it for episode number 4. I told you that it was gonna be a good one. Did you believe me? I don't know, but you should, because you should believe every word that comes out of this mouth. Second of all, if you didn't know, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you are on social media. I'm at Daily Tech, spelled Daily T-E-K-K, in all of those places. And I want to see your Apple setup. If you have an amazing Apple setup that hasn't been featured here, that you think should be featured here, if you want the whole world to see it, then submit it. The link's down in the description. I can't wait to see it. I'll catch you in the next episode. Later.